Hey everybody, this is Steve Marker from Garbage. We're here in beautiful New Jersey. We're playing in Montclair at this beautiful Wellmont Theater tonight. It's going to be wild, and I thought I'd show you a couple of my guitars that I'm going to be using tonight. Had this one a long time. It's Guild Bluesbird, and I started off using these things because I was looking for, I guess you might call it something a little bit Les Paul-like, but different. And I found it in these Guild Bluesbirds probably in the late 90s, and they're real solid. This one is one that I had made for me, and at the time I was thinking, who needs all those switches and tone controls and all this stuff that's getting in the way of the circuit? And I had this idea that let's just keep it as simple as possible. Do I need a pickup here? No, I don't ever use it really. So I had to make this with just the one pickup, one volume control. So in theory, there's less in the way of the signal path. Now, I have to be honest, I have no idea if that's true, but I do love the guitar and it turned out great. And they did this black sparkle finish. I think they only made a few of these. I've got most of them, and I think they sold maybe 2 of them like this. And sadly, Guild doesn't make electric guitars anymore. They just doing acoustics now, and that kind of bums me out. Maybe after they see this incredible interview, they'll rethink their position and start making guitars again, because they made some really cool stuff over the years. Another guitar I've got with me today is this Henman, and let's see, the story behind this is my wife wanted to get me a 50th birthday present, like a really special guitar, and I was looking through all these things on the internet and looking for something really unique. And I found it in this Henman, and this isn't it. I got this other one, and I literally just called up the guy that makes them, Graham Henman, and he's out in LA, and talked to him about what I wanted, and he sent me out something that worked out really well for me. And then since then I used it on our album a lot, and he made me a couple of these beauties for this tour. We've been on the road for about a year now with Garbage and all over the world, and these things have held up amazingly well. They're really well made. It's kind of incredible. He's working with Rick Turner, who made Lindsey Buckingham's guitars, those famous Fleetwood Mac guitars that you see, and a lot of other, had a lot to do with the Grateful Dead in the early days, and a lot of stuff I don't even know about. He did this color for me. We were just trying to figure out what it's actually called. I have no idea. It's sort of a British khaki, let's call it that. This is a mod. He's got 2 models that he makes plus a bass, and this is called the mod. These machine heads are Spertzel, if that's how you say it. Spertzel, I believe. And amazing, you know, I haven't had a guitar that has had them before, and makes it much easier on the guy that has to change the strings every night. And they stay in tune. I love them. It's got a great bypasses all the circuitry if you pull that out, and this takes it down to a single coil in both of the pickups, and very simple, but it's built like a tank, and it's, you know, served me well, so I've been really happy with it. So that's what that is. If you see a picture of this somewhere, it's called a Henman, and you know, they're online obviously. So that, and got a bunch of other guitars, but that's all the time we have for today, so thanks a lot. See you soon. See you on the road.
Hello, I'm Duke Erickson of Garbage, and I'm here to show you a couple of guitars that I play, on stage, off stage. This is Guild Starfire. I can't even really tell you how long I've been playing Starfires, but I love the feel of them, I love the sound of them. It's a very friendly guitar, and I think they've discontinued them. Last time, Guild is owned by Fender. Last time I was at Fender in LA, they said they were considering to start making them again. I hope they do, because it's just a great guitar, and I just love the feel of the neck and everything. Have a Bixby on it. It's a very versatile guitar. I can do a lot with it. So I love it. One of my favorite guitars of all time is a Gibson 335. I have a 1965 that looks very much like this, but I took the 1965 out on tour with me and it got stolen. 2 years later, it was my birthday, and my guitar tech said, "Come upstairs, I have something." And I opened the guitar case, and it was my stolen 1965 Gibson. Looks very much like this, cherry red. They had arrested the guy at LAX, and he still had my guitar. He hadn't fenced it yet, and they got my guitar back. It was incredible. I nearly cried. This is my, this is my cheaper version of that fabulous guitar that I use quite a bit on stage. Not as much as the Starfire, but it's a wonderful guitar. This too feels great, sounds great. Very, very friendly guitar.
Hi, I'm Butch Vig from Garbage, and you are here on stage with me, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown of my drum kit and the rig that I play with Garbage Live. This is my drum workshop kit. I've been playing drum workshop for 17 years on stage with Garbage, and I absolutely love the drums. I'm playing a slightly different modified kit this time. The toms are shallower because I wanted to get them closer to the kick drum, as well as you can see what I play with the acoustic drums is I play 4 D-drum pads that trigger samples, effects, loops, any various number of things depending on what the song is. And I've been doing that since the end of the first tour that we did back in 1996. So I've been playing drum workshop and using the trigger system for quite a while, and it's so far, fingers crossed, it's working pretty good. I play Zildjian cymbals live, and I also use Zildjian cymbals and drum workshop in the studio, and I've been using a combination of those as an acoustic kit for 17, almost 18 years now, and I love the way they sound. When I play live with Garbage, I always play an acoustic kit, and the drum workshop live drums trigger pads, pickups that go to the pads and the D-drum brain. I have been using a D-drum 3 brain now since 1996, and I think we actually bought, I want to say like 6 of these because they don't make them anymore, and to me they're still the fastest trigger out there. So when I'm playing the acoustic kit, our front of house guy usually mixes probably 60% of the acoustic kit in the mix and probably 40% samples. When I scroll onto a song here and say turn on push it, it presets all of the samples. So when I hit the acoustic drums and when I hit the pads, it either triggers acoustic blended with sampled sound or loops and sound effects that come from the other pads. In Garbage, we use a lot of sequencers and loops and sound effects live, and on this tour for the first time we've been using the Launchpad by Ableton, which, as you can see, I have presets for all of the different songs, and not only does it change the presets on my samples in the drum kit, it now also changes all of the presets on the guitars and keyboards on stage and our headphone mixes. So I sort of am running all of the different sounds anytime I hit, say, Super Vixen or Queer or Vow or Hammering in My Head or Milk, whatever the song is. It changes everything on my kit and changes everything on the stage, and it's lightning fast. It's also allowed us, because we're using Ableton Live, to change the songs live. Like, we can speed them up, change the effects that we're using. It's been a great, much more free and adaptable system than we've had in the past. And when we started very early on, we used samplers, and I think even on the first tour we probably used ADATs. But I'm telling you, using Live and the Launchpad hooked up with the drum workshop kit and the D-drum pads with triggers makes sense to Garbage. I mean, it works because for me, we're able to get the spontaneity of a live performance, but we're also to sort of recapture the sound of our albums.